How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is an early look at a new mod map being developed for Farming Simulator 25. It is called Strasburg PA, and this was created by JakedUp77, and I am extremely excited about this. Number one, because it's the first time I've gotten access to a early, like, development of a map. I've gotten access to maps early before, i.e. Cavalier Roy, but this one here, like, this is still in development. There's still some rough patches and stuff that's on this map, but I'm so excited to be able to present this because this is going to be, I think, a very nice example of a North American style map, a Midwest map on top of that. My neck of the woods growing up, so really looking forward to seeing more representation for basically my old stomping grounds. Maybe not exactly where I grew up, but nonetheless, I'll take some claim to it. So really looking forward to present this. And the reason I'm showing off this map and showing off this particular one is that JakedUp77 has been a follower of mine for quite some time now, has been telling me about the maps that he's been doing for quite some time, and I wanted to be able to come on here and kind of give some hype and kind of boost up that this map is being made, and this is going to be something that we can all look forward to here in the not unforeseeable future. So really looking forward to this. So I do have some information to pass along, starting with a description. So it says, welcome to Strasburg, Pennsylvania. Explore the rich and fertile soil of Lancaster County with 100 viable farmlands and 69 fields. Now, there's going to be two separate versions of this map. The first one, which is what I'm showing here, is the all platforms version. So this has the intention of making its way to the mod hub and be available for everyone to play on. So really looking forward to that. And then the second version is a 4X version of this map that'll be available for PC and Mac players only. More detail is going to be added to this map for both versions. So really looking forward to seeing it when it's all said and done. Everything's kind of buttoned up and put together. Let's see. Jaked Up will be placing a few more farms down on the map, as well as a train and a few production points on this map. So we'll be able to see here in a little bit that there are kind of spots that appear to be kind of predetermined as to where the kind of placeables, farms, and stuff like that are going to be kind of laid out and put down. So we'll see those here in a little bit. This map does use real terrain data. So this is a map that is based off of real life. And we can actually take a look at the map itself, and you can see, yes, can confirm we are using real life location. This is a real life PDA, as you can see. Look at all this kind of outer periphery that you can see. Like, this is real life, y'all. Looking forward to this one. And then let's see what else is on this. As I mentioned, this is still a work in progress. This is the beta testing version for this map. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to post in the description below a link that will allow you to be able to download this current version. If you're on PC and Macs, you can go ahead and download this, run through it, and do a little bit of testing yourself to see if you can come up with any kind of issues that you find at this point in time. And you'll be able to report them back to JakedUp77 to help him along and to be able to work out and suss out any kind of issues prior to it going to the mod hub. So very awesome indeed. So like I mentioned, let's go ahead and start out with a kind of bird's eye view of this map. And actually, before we do that, let me do this here. Let's tune back the time. Let's go ahead and add in couple of hours so we can see this more in the daylight. And then let's go ahead and go into the kind of high elevation view. You can see the starting farm as it is right this second. Got your house, a little barn action going on here in the foreground. And then in the background on the property, you have this barn that's tied up here. And then the rest of the actual fields that you have is right back here. So you've got this massive field that's not predetermined. Like it doesn't have a field number or anything like this. It's just kind of like the painted grass textures that you have back here. So very, very nice, surrounded by a bunch of trees. So eventually you'd be able to like take out all these trees and combine into maybe the neighboring fields over here, make one larger field. I mean, you got flowing rivers and creeks all around this map. Let's go ahead and start kind of flying through and seeing what this looks like here. So you got a bunch of predetermined fields here. Looks like you're going to have another farm that's kind of tucked away over on this side right here, or maybe even like a placeable area. That's maybe what this could be. Looks like you might have to put in like a bridge to come in here, or Jaked Up will be able to put in a bridge prior to this going live. Let's see. You got this kind of area back here with a field. Love the terrain. As I mentioned, this is all based on real terrain data, so you can see like the nice natural sweeps and undulations of this map. It's going to be very nice. You can see how in the north of the map, or I'm sorry, the southern portion of the map, it's really high in its elevation, and then as it kind of approaches the rivers and creeks, it kind of just swoops down into these little valleys that kind of naturally guide the water towards wherever their final destination is. Now here towards the north here, it looks like very wide open, and I'm wondering if perhaps there's going to be more trees and stuff added here in the north to kind of bring this together. I don't know if this is kind of how it is naturally. It's this kind of natural wide open area. You get these kind of predetermined, like I said, it looks like there's another road that's supposed to be here with a bridge perhaps that's going to get added in to where you can get to this field back here. You know, maybe even a development of a farm or something like that. The main shop looks like it's going to be right up here. As we fly over to this, you can see right there is the shop trigger. So eventually it looks like this will be where the shop is going to be. Maybe some other kind of buildings will be up here in the north perhaps, maybe a farm. If we follow this kind of main road going out in this direction, you get the kind of gas station that's tucked away up here. Looks like you get some more kind of pre-placed buildings and whatnot out in this direction. Some more pre-placed buildings that are going to get put in right here. Got this kind of main road intersection. Another building that's going to get placed back here. Like you got all this stuff. You got a sale point that's right up here. It looks like the farmer's market that's tucked away up here. And perhaps this is like where the train line is going to go. No, I don't know. I'm not quite sure about that, but because like I said, in my kind of correspondence back and forth with Jaked Up, he was telling me that there's going to be a train on here and that there's going to be like all sorts of stuff that's going to be added to the latter versions of this. So let's kind of follow this road here. Again, kind of sweeping down into this valley where the river is. Looking very, very nice. Let's go out in this direction. Perhaps, again, another farm or something that's going to go in this area right here. Connects to this double bridge right here, which that's kind of cool. I like that. It looks like the kind of the creek river kind of merges down into one just beyond the bridge right there. Oh, it looks like the grass kind of converges onto the road there a little bit. Not a big deal, not the end of the world. Got this nice little farm that's going to be right up here, it looks like. Maybe some barns and some storages that's going to go in this area. This is going to be nice. I think this is going to be a very, very nice map. As many of you who follow my channel know, I am a sucker for real life farms and map builds because you get that nice natural feeling to the maps. And this has it. Like even with it not being fully developed right now, you can just feel the nice sweeps and undulations along this whole map. And what I also like about this map too is the color palette. Right now, the color palette is perfect. You get some wildflowers here and there, which, I mean, doesn't they're sparse enough to where you're not going to get that kind of cartoon feel that sometimes map will get when they have too many wildflowers all over the place. This one, it looks like, it's just enough to be kind of, again, natural feeling. As we kind of head out in this direction, we cross over yet another bridge. Yeah. Oh, and it looks like the grass kind of converges onto the road again. So again, you're gonna see these kind of little, you'll quote unquote issues, as this is still very early access, it's still being developed, which, not a big deal. Not a big deal. This is the whole reason why, we can get on here and point these things out, is, to help Jake along and say, hey, check this out. We got something going on here. Check it out. And, gives him an opportunity to fix it before it gets to live. Oh, I'm excited. I'm really excited. So now that we kind of did our flyover and saw some of the fields and the roads and the rivers and everything that's going on here, the forests, let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and go to the shop menu. Let's buy us a truck. Just like so. As you can see, this is where the spawn point is currently. And as I mentioned, this is still very early, so don't think that everything as I show it here is going to be exactly the way it's going to be when it actually comes out and releases onto the mod hub. This is just kind of a rough overview of where it's at the moment and where it could be, whenever it does release to the mod hub. So keep that in mind as we go through. We've got the gas station there to the right. Like I said, my guess is that there's going to be more trees and stuff kind of added here in the north. It seems very wide open. But, I mean, that's, again, a lot of what I'm saying here is going to be speculative. I haven't gotten all the details and all the information that is coming directly from Jake Dub. So, Jake Dub, might override what I'm saying no, it's like that in real life. It's wide open, so it's like, hey, okay, that's totally cool. Again, looks like we're gonna get a bunch of kind of stuff that's built up around here in this corner of the map, and you can see the PDA. There's definitely stuff going on in the PDA down here, so gonna be building this area up, is my guess. Now let's backtrack over towards that gas station on this side, and we'll just start driving towards the south. We'll start heading towards the main farm, kind of take a look at that in a little bit more detail. Let's see, not this one. I think it's this one over here will take us back to the farm. Nope, I think it was that one. That's alright, we'll just kind of cut through. Again, because this is based on real life terrain data, you can just see the kind of natural sweeps of the land, and it just it looks so good in my opinion. So as we continue down south here, we're approaching a bridge here. Now, one thing I did see in my kind of initial pass through is some of the bridges here have these little lips to them. So it might be something that'll need to be addressed by Jake Dub going forward. But again, that's what this is for. This is to kind of see and suss out those kind of things prior to it going live. Now, let's see. If I make a right here, I think that takes us towards the farm. Let's see, let's make this a little bigger. Yeah, there it is, off to the left there. Alright, so there's the main starting farm. And again, if we take a look at the map, just again, real quick, we deselect that and we go into the farmlands. You can see you start out with a good chunk of property here. That whole bottom left hand corner where that field is and the trees and all that, that's all you. And then you get this whole kind of connecting front portion of the farm. So that building that's off in the background there, just on the other side of the river, that's part of the farm. This is all the farm right here. I love the kind of river in the background there. That's going to be absolutely gorgeous to come out to and check out. Let's get back out to the main road. Let's go check out that building that's in the background. So over here, there's like this double drive that's right here. You've got this left side driveway that leads into the back of the property, and then you got this right side drive that looks like it leads off to a neighbor's house. Again, you got this this bridge here that's gonna need to be addressed a bit. A little bit more storage back here, it looks like. We'll cross back over. And I think as a kind of final look through, let's go find how we get to the back portion of the property there, where the kind of open field is, and we'll kind of check that out as well. So let's see, I think if we come down here, cross over the bridge, now you see the lip on this one isn't anywhere near as bad as the others that we've seen, so that's pretty cool. Ooh, a little bit of a rough climb right there. Coming back on this 2-track. This is that back property. This is the back field. And it's a good chunk of property back here. So you're going to be able to get a lot of stuff done back here. Whether you just kind of cut this grass and turn it into silage, hay, whatever the case may be, you'll be able to get quite a bit of stuff going on. It looks like that kind of opens up to the neighbor's property over there. So you could very easily take a lot of these trees out here and connect, these two fields together. You'd be able to plow this field out, make it into a field, and then connect into the neighbors, once you purchase the property. I mean, yeah, this is fantastic. I am so excited. And I want to give a big shout out to Jaked Up 77. Jake, thank you so very much for reaching out to me and, giving me the access to this to be able to present this out to the community. I am so looking forward to when this is all said and done. And I hope everybody out there is just as excited as I am, because I think that this being another, North American map, a Midwest map, being brought out to all platforms and having a separate 4X version as well, I think this is going to be great. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm excited. I'm so excited. So again, Jake, thank you so very, very much for reaching out and giving me the opportunity to show off your map. This is, I think this is a very awesome start, and I cannot wait to see the finished product. But I hope you all enjoyed this early look at Strasburg, Pennsylvania, Strasburg PA by Jaked Up 77. If you did, please show him by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care. Oh, wait, before we go, one thing I wanted to do is I wanted to check, because I see that they're kind of, the AI workers are kind of pre-placed here. I just want to see if they're like out in the middle of places, and these might be like potential where like Katie typically is associated to the animal dealer. So I wonder if the animal dealer is going to be here, if it's like kind of pre-placed. So let's visit. Whoa. Okay, so apparently Katie is hiding under the floor. So let's do that. So I wonder if they're all kind of like that. See, like Walter's in the middle of a field here. So maybe that kind of answers my question, because these two are right on the edge of a field. Yeah, see, there's Walter. He's under the floor. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. So, yeah, that's one thing to note, is that, between the grass here that's in the road and Walter and Katie kind of, sending you to the abyss, something to keep in mind. But yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you're going to be looking forward to this as much as I am. And if you are, and if you did, please show me about liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing. The shows you're engaged in the channel and enjoying the content. That being said, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.